Studies flapper slouch. Chicago businessman starts laboratory to find what is wrong. The New York Times, July 6, 1922. Colonel George Fabian, member of the firm of Bliss, Fabian and Company of New York and Chicago, has inaugurated a crusade against the flapper slouch. For that purpose, he has constructed a unique laboratory on his country estate on the Fox River near Geneva, Illinois, where he is trying to find out what is wrong with the human body, especially with the female figure, which he believes should be the apotheosis of grace. He has added to his colony of thinkers and original research workers a young woman from New York, Miss Mary Tood, an exponent of physical culture. From the study and application of her methods, he hopes to give to the world a warning of the evil effects of flapper walks and slouches, and evolve a cure for such incorrect postures. In his laboratory, he has collected a sort of chamber of horrors, examples of what flappers will grow into if they persist in throwing their shoulders forward and to try to imitate a question mark. Mother stood watch while daughter stole. Had no money to gratify girl's craze to be a flapper, her excuse. The New York Times, November 16, 1922. Philadelphia, November 15th. Confession made to Judge Stern this morning by a mother who admitted watching for her daughter while the latter stole fine clothes so that she could be a flapper amazed both the judge and spectators in the room. The mother, Mrs. Anna Massim, wept as she told her story. With her daughter Ida, 23 years old, she is charged with the theft of clothing valued at $150 from a Market Street department store. "I had no money to buy clothes my daughter wanted," she said. Ida got the craze to be a flapper, and to get her the necessary clothing, we decided to steal. I was afraid she would adopt a worse method of getting her finery, so intent was she upon being able to dress as well as other girls in the neighborhood. We went to the department store and I stood watch while she took the things she wanted. Mrs. Massim, who is a motherly-looking woman, 47 years old, came to Philadelphia with her daughter a year ago from Allentown. When the mother and daughter were caught by store detectives, a search of their home revealed dresses, waists, silk hose, expensive lingerie, and umbrellas that had been taken from various shops. "You don't mean to say that you, a mother, went to a store with your daughter knowing she was going to steal articles of clothing?" Judge Stern exclaimed. "Yes," the woman admitted as her head dropped. "I had no money with which to buy Ida the clothes she demanded, and I knew of no other way of getting them." Judge Stern held the case in abeyance for a few days pending investigation. Flappers resent move for regulation dress. The New York Times, August 25, 1923. Somerset, Pennsylvania, August 24th. This little city of Somerset has been somersaulted into a style class war, with the bobbed hair lipstick flappers arrayed on one side and their sisters of long tresses and silkless stockings on the other. The first clash occurred yesterday when the Parent Teachers Association formally endorsed the old-fashioned girl and took steps to petition the school board to adopt a uniform style of dress for all schoolgirls. The rules would bar silk stockings, short skirts, bobbed hair, and low-neck sleeveless dresses. But the flapper contingent, hearing of the meeting, stormed it. Their verbal protest, delivered in rhyme, was short and snappy. "I can show my shoulders, I can show my knees, I'm a free-born American, and can show what I please." With that, the flappers walked out while the parent-teacher session was turned into an indignation meeting. Action on the dress question will be demanded of the school board, the parents and teachers decided. Now it is a flapper doll. The New York Times, May 16, 1922. One of the latest novelties of a gift nature is the flapper doll. Done in natural colors, the doll represents the typical flapper from the crown of her head to the flopping galoshes which adorn her feet. The figure stands about 6 inches high. The detail work of the clothing is well worked out, and the facial features are clear. In view of the present flapper tendencies among girls and young women, it is expected that a considerable demand for the doll will be met with. It is principally designed to be an ornament for the flapper's room. Flappers Merely Humans. The New York Times, March 17, 1922. There is nothing mysterious about the flapper. She is just a female who has lived down thousands of years of hypocrisy and now has become what she most desired to be for ages, a human being, Dr. Lee A. Stone, head of the Chicago Department of Health, said today in an address before a health conference. Flapperism, or modern feminism, is just the revolt of youth, added Dr. Stone. It is the resumption of the original status of mankind. Would-be flapper commits suicide. 14-year-old Chicago girl inhales gas when mother bars styles of classmates. The New York Times, June 4, 1923. Other girls in her class rolled their stockings, had their hair bobbed, and called themselves flappers. She wanted to be a flapper too, but her mother was an old-fashioned mother who kindly but firmly said no. So the girl put a rubber hose in her mouth and turned on the gas. This is declared to be the story behind the suicide of Ruth Hornbaker, a 14-year-old high school girl of Berwyn. She died today in the home of her father, Albert R. Hornbaker, of 3131 South Oak Park Avenue, following 2 days in a comatose condition. Her parents had found her unconscious Friday night on her bed.